Okay, this is the HP small form factor. And we have no video on this. And I believe the RAM is good. I believe I may have reset the BIOS, pull the battery out for a while, put it back in. And what we're going to do is we're going to heat this video chip up and see if we can bring this thing back to life. It's just got basic video outputs on it. So it may or may not work. Everything seems to be coming on except no video. So let's see what we can do. So I got it to like 350. You watch the flux boil basically. You could probably go from both sides. You don't want to heat the center of the chip too much. You want to try and heat the outside of the chip. And you want to get your power supply tester. And then test this line here. This is like the video line. Make sure you got power going to that before you start messing with the chip. I pulled the BIOS battery out. Make sure your RAM is properly seated. Improper RAM could cause this video problem as well. And so what I'm going to do is put new grease on that chip and heat sink, and then put that BIOS battery back on and keep my fingers crossed. I doubt it, but it's a slight possibility. Okay, so here's another thing to check. If you pull the RAM out, disconnect the hard drive, and you don't get like the beeps. Usually it will beep if you pull the hard drive and RAM out. You don't get any beeps. It could be that your motherboard has some other internal problem. And so that's just another thing to check. Yep, bulging capacitors. That's another thing to check. But yeah, that's probably the first thing you want to do is take and pull your RAM and hard drive are disconnected and see if you get any beeps. If you don't get any beeps, you got major motherboard problems.
So we have
high fan's just going off on this power supply. So I think it's got some major problem. I'm going to try and reboot it again. Just shut off. Well, that's a good sign. What I'm going to do is disconnect the power. And I'm going to try it. This one actually does have a hard drive in it right now. I'm going to drain the power. Okay, it already drained. I'm going to pull the RAM out. See if we get any beeps. What is that? 2 gig. Okay, so plug the power. So it automatically comes on. We have no beeps. So we've got no beeps. And I'm thinking this is going to be a major motherboard issue. So there's the hard drive out of there. And we got no beeps. So indicates to me some major fault with the motherboard. I can feel the hard drive on. As soon as I plugged that hard drive in, this thing went off. Okay, let's shut it down again and see. Okay, that's a good sign. It shut off. So I'm going to pull this hard drive out. I'm pulling everything out right now. So there's nothing in there plugged in. The green light on the board is a good sign. It means we got power, whatever, 3.5 volts to the board. Turn it on. So the hard drive is disconnected. Let's see if we can hook it up to video and see what it's doing. Kind of really don't think this thing is going to have any video. And I'm not a turn it off for a second. Turn it on. And no signal. So, there goes the power supply. Turn it off again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the RAM back in, give it one more try. Usually if it doesn't beep when you have the RAM out, then there's a major problem. So this one here, how much time do you want to spend on something, you know? How much time do you want to spend on reviving an old love affair? Basically, it comes down to that. Okay, we got a power supply problem. I plugged that in there. We've got nothing on the output, looks like. So it looks like a power supply problem on this one. I'm going to go ahead and swap the power supply. I got another one sitting over here. See what happens. Okay, so this is the other laptop or desktop I had sitting over there. And what I did is I swapped the power supply. This is the old power supply from the other one that didn't have video. Then I put the one that was in this one in the other one that didn't have video. And it would come on. It started to come on. It seemed like it was on low. The fan wasn't spinning very high on the power supply. And it still didn't put out any video. Then I checked this on the one that was working. This is the one that's supposedly working, and it has the old power supply in it. I checked this plug with my power supply checker. This thing here. On this one it says 6P, and there was nothing. Didn't do anything. It did come on when I plugged it in, but it didn't show any voltage anywhere. So what I'm going to do is try this one now. We got the green light on this one. I'm going to flip it on and see if we get any video. We should have video. This is a working computer. Okay, what happened? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we have... So this power supply is fine. We eliminated it because we had another one. So the motherboard on the other one's got some major problem, unfortunately. So, yeah. Toys, a lot to play with here. Okay, last resort. You can pop in a video card, see if you get any output. This video card, I thought it was a good video card, but it's not putting out anything. So yeah, if you got a video card, you can try that and see if you get any video. Okay, this is the one. It was showing something was missing from this hard drive. It's the old hard drive that went in at 500. This hard drive I salvaged from another HP desktop that had no video. And I'm just going to pop this hard drive in here to see what it does. I can't believe it, it came right up. Let's see, do we got a mouse here? Yes, we do have a mouse. So we have a password. We have a password screen on here. And so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to boot into a password cracker program. Boot it into that. And then she has a live program. It's a, what is it? Windows Live.com or something. Important updates available. Well, I'm surprised this thing just went right into it. I'm sure it was a completely different motherboard. And I'm really surprised this thing booted up. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for some Word programs, some movie maker programs, just some stock basic programs that come with Windows so I can load the stuff on there. And clone the drives, put the drives onto some other machines that I've got, and have a lot of fun, right? So we're going to shut it down, and we're going to reboot into the password cracker program. Okay, so this is the ultimate boot fix. What we're going to do is we're going to go into partition magic, parted magic. This takes a while to load. It's like another operating system that loads onto the RAM. And got some fan action happening here now. It's making a little bit of noise. We should be able to change the password from here. Parted magic. This is probably a dual core processor, I would imagine. It's your basic small form factor HP, probably about 5 years old. So what we can do in here is we're going to have to set some little parameters here. Let's see, what is this? Alaska Central. We're just going to press cancel that. We don't need that. Okay, you can see this is ultimate boot fix. It's parted magic, free to partitioning tool. System profiler. We may not have what we need here. Let's see, partition editor. Remote desktop, system profiler. Let's go down and see if we got any more options. Accessory systems tools. We got a systems tools, and let's see, change password. Please select. I'm just going to say administrator. Okay, so it's not doing anything at this point, so let's press enter and see what happens. Nothing. Windows 8.1. Oh, my favorite. At least it's not 8. And we can probably upgrade if we want. Change password. So I just double clicked on that. Let's see what happens. Probably nothing. Let's try it again. Accessories, Systems tool, change Windows password. Resize bad sectors, USB flash boot. What do we got in accessories? Archive manager. System monitor. X editor. Those are fun. If you want to experiment. System tools. We're going to go back here. What else do we got? PCL login now. I think this might be able to get in and use this and change the password to one time. I think it's a one time. What is this? It doesn't show my windows. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, for some reason it didn't sense Windows. Okay, let's see. I think we can do it in a command prompt, but that's a little bit of a learning curve for me. Possibly PC regedit. Could possibly. Okay, let's try this Windows change password again, see what happens. So, change password. Select 1 and then press Y. Okay, select 1, and Y. That didn't do anything. Okay, I've got another program that we could probably use to clear this password. Could get tricky if it's got UEFI, whatever that extra security on it. So yeah, it says, what does it say? To clear password, select 1 and then Y after selection. What selection? I'm thinking that this program is not working right for some reason. So let's reboot. I got some more of these discs that might work. That's weird. Doesn't give you any options. Okay, there's this. Okay, what's this? Here it is. I just had to click on it. What does it say? User edit menu, clear blank password, press 1. Press 1, is that what it is? 1. Okay, let's see what happens. Press 1. Okay, so that supposedly did it, right? Quit. Press Q. Edit user password, press 2. Careful with XP and Vista. Unlock, enable account. Okay, I'm going to press 2 and see what happens here. Press 2. Okay. Press 1, enter. Right. Hide files. You're going to press Y for yes and enter. Okay, so that should theoretically clear that password. So we're going to just reboot and hopefully we'll see what happens. And try it again. Quit. Eddie. Okay, restart computer. Okay, so hopefully we'll have the password cleared. And usually when I get any information, I always erase all the temporary files, delete any personal information. I just basically use the hard drive for the programs somebody paid a lot of money for. So it's actually the wrong time. So, okay, let's see what happens. Okay, please enter sign-in information. Try again. So it didn't actually work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to try this other disk, see if that does it. And so you want to, so the trick is with these CD drives, if you shut it off, you want to stick your little paper clip in these holes here. I can see it. Can't see it very well. Let's see, let me get some light on the subject here. Down there, and then pop it out. There's my ultimate boot fix. Didn't ultimately fix the boot problem. It may be kind of tricky. I don't know if I've ever tried to crack a Windows 8.1 password. Usually on these HPs, it's just F12 escape or F12 to go into the boot. Try one of each, see what happens. Okay, so here we are. Let's see, boot to boot menu, and see CD legacy boot sources. Might be legacy boot. Okay, so I press enter, and it's not working. Okay, let's do this. Legacy boot. Okay, for some reason it's not wanting to work. Okay, enter. Move arrows up and down. Select boot device. Escape to boot using defaults. EUAFI. EFI boot sources. Windows Boot Manager. So this is for some reason is not working when I press the button, the enter. When I press enter. So we're going to press escape, and I got some more of these discs. I was going to try and see if those work. Okay, so we're gonna